Chicken Ranch. I'm Susan, your hostess. We're in my kitchen today. We're going to make my homemade granola. This is what it looks like. I'm going to pull some out of the jar so you can actually see. It is a very tasty granola. It's got raisins, it's got chopped nuts of your choice, it's got oatmeal, bananas, and a few other ingredients, and I'm going to tell you what I'm using. I've actually doubled my recipe for today because I want a double recipe of this because I love this stuff so much. It's just really, really tasty. So let me grab my recipe card. It calls for 2 overripe bananas. So my bananas are so ripe that the stem fell off. And you can even go to the dark skin all the way and use them. They're perfectly fine. A ½ cup of melted coconut oil. You can substitute vegetable oil, but coconut oil is so much healthier for you. 6 cups of whole oats. A ½ teaspoon of cinnamon, which is optional, and I didn't pull the cinnamon out today. That's okay. 1 cup of raisins or craisins. You pick which one you want to use. And 1 cup of chopped nuts. Now this is a doubled recipe. And 2 tablespoons of monk fruit sweetener, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. You want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. You're going to cook this for 25 to 30 minutes. It doesn't take long to make this, so let's get to it. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to peel my ripe bananas. And you want to save the skin for your garden because that turns to nitrogen. It's very healthy for you. So we're going to get these into our bowl. And I literally mean the stem was falling off, y'all. So we're going to get this mashed. And the more overripe the banana, the sweeter your granola will be. Okay, we've got that done. I'm going to move my bowl over here. We're going to get that into the bowl. Let me wipe my hands. Now I have approximately 1/2 cup of melted coconut oil. Make sure I'm getting all of that out of my pan. Three packets of monk fruit sweetener or sweetener of your choice. This is not going to be a real sweet granola, but it's going to be sweeter because of the bananas. Get rid of those. We're going to do 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. I always have a little difficulty getting this bottle open. This is the La Vencedora vanilla extract. And this was gifted to me by Lazy Days Ahead with Jess and Lisa. It is a very, very tasty vanilla extract. I'm going to go ahead and give this a stir. And mashing up any big lumps of the banana. If I see any big lumps, I'm going to mash them up because you want them to cook in your oven. I'm going to go ahead and add in my nuts and my raisins, and if you have any big large clumps of raisins, you want to break them apart. I keep my raisins in the freezer, so sometimes they will clump up. They don't have to be perfectly separated, but it's nice to have them separated enough that you can find little bites of them throughout your granola. So let me break these up a little bit more. We're going to give this another stir. And then I'm going to add in 6 cups of oatmeal. And I have bay leaves in my oatmeal, so I'll have to watch for them. I see one right here. And I think I have gone over, but that's okay. It will spread over the extra cup that I put in there by accident. So you're going to mix this in really good. You may have to get your hands in here to get it all mixed in. If you're allergic to nuts, but you can eat sunflower seeds, by all means substitute. You can use whatever kind of nut that you want or seed. I'm using some pecans that I had in my freezer. And you want to make sure that your oats are coated. That's what's going to crisp up this mixture. So we're going to make sure that we've got it all incorporated. And once I get it into the oven, I will go in there a few times and stir to make sure that this is cooking evenly. And that's all there is to it, folks. We're going to get it onto our prepared cookie sheet. I've lined mine with some parchment paper. You don't have to do that, but I suggest doing it. As a matter of fact, I might pull out a second sheet and make sure that I have this spread thin on my sheet. Okay, I got a little more room. And that's going into the oven for 25 to 30 minutes. All right, the timer went off, folks, and if you notice your stuff sticking to your spatula like that, you might want to stick it back in the oven for a few more minutes and just keep a close eye on it, because the banana, it takes a little longer for the banana to cook. And I've got 2 trays out here. I'm going to stick mine back in the oven with the oven off, because I don't want it toasting too much more than it already is. But it's ready. Once it cools down and I don't feel any wet in there, I can jar it up. If I still feel something wet, I can turn my oven back on for a few minutes and allow it to continue to cook. This is how we make our own Homestead granola with bananas and nuts, raisins, a little bit of monk fruit sweetener, coconut oil, vanilla, and it is delicious. It's great for topping ice cream, yogurt, chia pudding, any number of things, or you can eat it hot or cold. It is a delicious, delicious oatmeal granola. So we're going to get this back in our oven. We're going to allow it to cool for a few more minutes, and we're going to call that the end of this video, because once it's jarred up, it'll go into the pantry. I do not put oxygen absorbers in here because it does contain sugar. You can put a bay leaf in there if you're worried about bugs or anything. Thank you, my friends, for watching, and may you be fully blessed.